What's going on, everybody? And welcome back to episode 7 of the Unhinged Talk podcast. I'm your host, Patrick Hennessy, and as usual, I'm joined by my co host, Dan Rourke.
What's up? 2 episodes in 2 days or 3 days.
Yeah, we're getting pretty consistent at this.
Very consistent. I mean, we'll probably be absent for another 3 months after this one, but who cares?
No. Consistency is our new key. I wake up in the morning and I think about consistency.
Yeah, I bet you do. So, within the past 2 days, a lot of Yankee news has happened. Not at all,
That's
actually.
sarcasm.
But
yeah.
in terms of the Yankees catcher Gary Sanchez, a lot of news has happened.
I wouldn't say a lot of news, but
That's
one piece of news.
Well, big time news, I'd say. Well, no, because there was rumors that they were going to swap him for JT Realmuto, and then Brian Cashman actually came out and said that Gary Sanchez is actually not for sale, and he will be a Yankee in 2019. What are your thoughts on that, Pat?
My thoughts is I'm not surprised. I mean, all right, let's be honest. Did we ever think that trading Gary Sanchez when his value was at its absolute lowest was ever a possibility?
Oh, I'll be honest. I didn't think he was. I didn't even entertain the idea of it, and I didn't think Brian Cashman would either. If you think about it, I mean,
think it would have just been dumb.
And also, it's the fact that Gary's 26 today, actually, and at his peak, he's the best offensive catcher in the game. You look at his 2016 seasons, 20 homers in 53 games. 2017 season, 33 homers in 124 games, I think. I mean, the guy, when he's fully healthy, that's another thing you got to look at. In 2018, he played 88 games, and it was an injury-riddled season the entire time.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, I mean, you got to give the guy a break. And in 2019, I think, if he stays healthy, I think he'll be just as good as he was in 2016 and 2017.
Also, we can't discount the fact that even though we didn't know it at the time, when he was on the field, he was still hurt.
No, yeah, that's what I was saying. Yeah, the majority of the season he was injured, let alone if he was on the field or not.
Yeah.
And the thing is, don't you remember last year, when the Yankees acquired Stanton, so the talk was, who's going to be the MVP? Is it going to be Judge? Is it going to be Stanton? Who's going to be better? And then there was also talk, it may be Gary Sanchez or Greg Bird. And obviously, we know how that played out. But
yeah.
In terms of, there was actually talk Gary Sanchez could be the best hitter among those three, And I actually still believe that he could.
No, there was actually real credibility among that.
That was a legitimate conversation. And also,
yeah,
Gary was actually very unlucky in 2018. And don't get me wrong, he hit 186. He was dreadful in 2018. I'm not going to sugarcoat it, but maybe I will a little bit. He was very unlucky in terms of his hard hit rate was one of the I think just as close as it was in 2017. His swing and miss percentage, he was striking out a little bit too much. He wasn't making contact. The breaking ball low and away really got him. So I think it's a simple thing of just making contact at the plate and he'll improve,
Yeah. It's also his defensive struggles, which I think are a bit overblown.
No, he was brutal.
He's not.
He was brutal. He was brutal.
All right.
I'm not
a good defensive catcher.
Yeah. Well,
he's not a good defensive catcher, but
in terms of blocking, he's not a good defensive catcher. His arm is elite. His framing is actually statistically known as elite. So it's just his blocking.
That's what I'm referring to. The overall package of Gary Sanchez as a catcher is not as bad as a lot of people think.
And people, even when Gary was good, they were people get obsessed with ripping him. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
It was even the guy was hit 33 home runs and injury shortens, and he drove in 90 runs in 2017. Keep in mind he missed all of April. People were they wanted to bash him more than anybody. I don't know why. They've always hated him. Yankee fans too.
Yeah.
Yankee fans, fans of all teams across MLB, they've always hated Gary Sanchez. And now,
all right, wait.
He threw him a little bit of a bone hitting 186 in 2018, but still, or 180, whatever he hit.
Yankee fans love to pick. It's weird because Yankee fans love to pick on their own players.
Nobody hates Yankee players more than Yankee fans, and that's a fact.
That's so true. That's so true.
Only player they don't hate on is, I'd say, Judge.
Yeah, but even Judge got a lot of criticism last year when he was struggling.
To 2017?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's true.
I also remember when he first came up and he struggled. Everybody was send him back down to AAA. He's awful.
After the conclusion of the 2017 season, Judge kind of gets a free pass with most players. Even Severino, Severino will get bashed a lot. Usually you'll see the home run.
Oh, yeah.
Won't get bashed as much, but Severino, he gets ridiculed big time. I mean,
in the 2017 wildcard game, they were booing him off the field.
That was fucking bullshit. Booing. I'll be honest, booing players in general, Stanton, that set me wild. That was infuriating.
Oh yeah, that's another thing. Yankee fans love to hate Stanton for no reason.
Yeah, they hate. It's the same deal with A-Rod. It's you inherit a big contract, and You get expected to perform.
Stanton had a solid season last year.
Stanton, if you take out April and what was it? I think beginning of September, he had a really good year. And either way, he was taking a down season, but the guy still hit 38 homers, drove in 100 runs, slugged over 500.
Yeah, and the postseason he wasn't that good, but
he was not good.
None of their offense was good in the postseason.
Like I said last episode, Judge performed in the postseason, the bullpen performed, and
yeah, that's it.
Gary Sanchez for a game.
I think Judge was their only bat that produced.
He produced big time, hit like 420.
Yeah,
that's a nice thing to see too. That Judge played well in the postseason. I like seeing that because even last year you saw glimpses of it too in 2017. He had some moments. That's what you're really looking for. I remember A-Rod said it actually in 2009. You're not really looking for an average in the postseason more so. You're looking for one moment or two moments to like help your team win. That's really what Judge did. And same with Gary Sanchez.
It's crazy because in 5 playoff games this year, Judge had like 3 or 4 moments.
Oh yeah, big time. He had the leadoff, not the leadoff, but the first inning 2-run shot in the wild card. And then
he had the home run off of Price.
Off Kimbrel in the 9th inning of game 1. And they still ended up losing the game, but still. And
that was brutal.
He had what do you have? 3 homers this postseason? Yeah, the one off Price in the first inning. Yeah. Yeah, he had a great postseason. He had like 420, I think, 3 homers. Now he has 7 career homers in the postseason?
We could talk all day about how amazing Aaron Judge is because
that's true.
I mean, he's just like an all around amazing player.
I don't want to go off too much about the whole thing, but if you take out the ALDS against Cleveland last year, Aaron Judge is a damn good postseason performer. It was just the ALDS he wasn't good in,
He was even good in the wild card game last year.
Oh yeah, he had 2 hits.
He hit that home run off of Berrios.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Alrighty. All right. So yeah, Gary.
We're gonna move on to Bryce Harper.
Now we're gonna talk a little bit about Bryce Harper. So it was, as you know, in early reports, it was seen that the Yankees weren't too interested in Bryce Harper, and that kind of shocked everybody, especially me, and pissed a lot of people off, especially me. And
especially me too.
So apparently, within recent reports in the past week or so, heading into the winter meetings, Bryce Harper reportedly is not off the Yankees' radar just yet, and they actually are interested in the left-handed bat a little bit. What do you think?
I think that they've always been interested in left-handed bat.
And that's the thing. I don't think it really would get out there too much whether or not they're interested in him. I mean, go ahead.
I think that they've been interested in Bryce Harper for years. I mean, there's no deny. I mean, obviously they're not going to come out and say, "Yeah, we're interested in him," but it's evident that they're going to have interest in him and they're going to pursue him heavily.
Yeah, my stance on the whole thing is, and a lot of people know this, is that I look at it. He's a 26-year-old left-handed bat, which the Yankees need bad. A left-handed bat and that right-handed heavy.
Really bad.
Very like stupidly bad is how bad they need a left-handed bat. Anyways, so Bryce Harper, 26-year-old generational talent. You won't have an opportunity to sign a player of that caliber, every year, not even every 5 years or every decade. Yeah, I look like this. You have an opportunity to either sign. I mean, I'll be excited if they sign Manny Machado. I'm obviously more of a Bryce Harper guy. You have the opportunity to sign this guy who, at his peak, can hit 330, slug like 600, post a weighted runs created plus of close to 200. This guy's insane. And I think if you have the opportunity to sign him right now, I think you do it.
Well, all right, I agree with everything you said, but I think there's going to be one thing that holds them back, and it's the idea that you can have. Okay, so Aaron Judge is going to be a free agent in 4 seasons, 4 years? Yeah. You can't have 3 guys on one team making over $300 million.
Oh, and it's not even just that. It could be. Well, listen, I mean, like in terms of players that will be making an average annual value of more than $20 million, you'll have at that point, assuming Stanton's still on the team, Stanton, and then Judge when he's a free agent, maybe Gary Sanchez if they re-sign him, Luis Severino, all these players, and hell, I mean, Gleyber Torres on the line, Miguel Andujar down the line, all these players. Then you add in Harper. I mean, it's kind of known they're going to sign either Harper or Machado, at least one of the two. Would you agree?
Yeah, but I also think that signing Harper or Machado means that they're not going to sign either Gary, Judge, Didi, and Harper. One of them's not going to resign, obviously.
But let's be honest.
Because Didi's going to get a payday.
You don't know that,
and he's a free agent after the season.
But guess what? He'll have 2 months of showcasing to get that contract?
No, he's going to be back in July.
Or 3 months, cool. But like maybe Didi may just get a 1-year deal.
Doesn't matter.
Value. But anyways, can I give you my off-season plan for the rest of the year? All right. So I think it's known they're going to sign Patrick Corbin. That's your number 3 starter?
Yeah.
All right, so you resign or not resign, go out and sign Patrick Corbin, maybe 5 years, 110 million, boom, done. And then I'd say sign Bryce Harper. I'm not going to predict the contract because that's impossible. And then resign
It's just
Adani.
gonna be a lot of money.
Then resign, yeah, exactly. You resign Adani Echeverria. He plays shortstop, and then you slot Harper in left field. And I'll give you your lineup. Here's your lineup: Hicks in center, Judge in right, Harper in left, Stanton DHing, of course, hitting fourth, Gary Sanchez catching and hitting fifth, Miguel Andujar batting third and batting sixth, Luke Voigt playing first, batting seventh, Gleyber Torres hitting eighth and playing second, and then Adani Echeverria playing shortstop. The
But
offense
you
will
know
be
what I also
so
like?
good. The offense will be so good that you can absorb like how bad Echeverria is at the plate, and his defense is absurd. We saw it in the Walker game. Remember that play he made?
Oh
And his
my
versatility.
God, like Jordan.
Oh my god, I want him so bad. I have like a hard on for him. I don't know why. It's weird. Like I want him back so bad. Either him or Neil Walker, and they could slide Glaves over to short and have Walker play second. I like Walker a lot. Unlike many Yankee fans, I like him a lot. So I'd say either re-sign a Danny
Well,
Echeverria or Neil Walker play either second or
all
short.
right. Well, you know what I think? I think that Harper only makes sense for the reason that so you're gonna slot him in left field if you do
A
sign him,
lot of
but
reasons.
also even if you do sign him to play left field, if Luke Voigt isn't good, you could move Harper to first base.
I think the Yankees will have a first baseman that's not in this system by the deadline of 2019. I don't think Voit or Bird will be the answer, to be honest. Voit had a great
I
year,
agree.
but I think Voit will still be on the team. I don't think he's going to be complete like Shane Spencer and fall off, but I think he'll. I just don't think he'll be nearly as, not even close to being as good as he was.
Honestly, bring me Daniel Murphy.
God, please
I
stop
want
with
Daniel
that.
Murphy.
If he can play
Bring me
defense,
Daniel Murphy.
dude, it's not even like his defense is like. It's not like it's
It
just not
doesn't matter.
bad.
Put
Oh God,
Stanton
here
in
you
left
go. It doesn't
field.
matter, Lord.
Put Stanton in left
Where
field
does that come
and put
from?
Murphy at DH.
Okay, who's playing second, douchebag?
Glaber Torres,
Who's playing short then?
Hechavarria.
Okay, what is the point of signing Daniel Murphy, putting him at DH? The whole point is to fill an infield
Because
void.
Dan, Dan, Dan.
Patrick, make me a
Who
teacher.
is their best contact hitter right now? Andahar?
No,
Who?
no, their best contact hitter. Hell, I
Yeah. I think Andahar had the highest average on the team last
oh
season.
average. Oh please, I don't care about average. Okay, yeah, if you're going off batting average, sure.
All right,
I
so
would
who's
go
their
off
best
on base.
contact hitter?
Who gets on base the most?
They need hits, Dan.
Hitter or oh god, you're one of those. I didn't even know that. No, hitter or walk doesn't make a difference. You look at who gets on base the most. That'd be Aaron
But
Judge.
they don't get on base. All right, getting on base means absolutely
Judge
nothing
gets
if you
on
can't
base. Hicks
drive them
gets on
in.
base. Stanton can be. Their offense is going to be fine.
Dan,
You
the
got
reason they lost the ALDS last season is because they could
it's because
not hit
Luis
with runners in
Severino.
scoring position.
Oh, I don't want to. I love you, Severino, if you're listening, but because Luis Severino didn't pitch up to his billing and allowed what 7 earned runs in 3 innings against the Red Sox in Yankee Stadium, a 16-1 loss. That changed the whole series. Series was over at that point. Done. That's why they lost. It's not because of hitting. Their hitting was actually decent in the.
No, it wasn't. They didn't hit with runners on base.
Oh, see, here's
The
add
number was atrocious. It was
add Bryce
something like
Harper.
1 for 14 with runners in scoring position.
Oh, that's a problem in the postseason in general. Very few teams hit with like that well in the playoffs because they're hitting against good pitching.
Yeah, but if you have bats that hit for contact and not try to hit home runs every time, the
I think that the
likelihood of getting
offense
hits
wasn't
is a
good
lot
in
better.
the LDS. It's just in terms of I don't consider it the main problem whatsoever.
No, but I think it's a problem that they're so reliant on the home run because the home run does
Oh,
not
big
win you
time,
games
yeah,
in the playoffs.
yeah. And Brian Cashman and Hal Steinbrenner has like stood by that method of hitting. It's like they want to go for the long ball, and everybody knows a home run hitting team doesn't really perform well in the postseason. We saw it a lot with like the besides 2009, like the 2010 to 2012 team, like they hit home runs a lot, and then the postseason came around, they couldn't hit good pitching.
No.
I agree
And
with
I
you on
feel
that.
like that might be the worst
But
part of this team.
that's what I'm saying. You add Harper, and this thing, Harper hit fucking 249 in 2018. But guess what his on base was? 393. Imagine,
Yeah.
imagine the guy hits fucking hell when he in 2015 when his MVP season, his on base I think was like 460. It was insane.
Crazy.
With like I think 42 homers, 99 RBIs. Goodness gracious! Oh, I want him so bad.
Just talking about it makes me need Bryce. If the Yankees don't sign Bryce Harper, this offseason is a failure. I
Listen to
don't
this.
care.
All right, Hicks, Judge, Harper, Stan. You have a 2-3-4. Judge, Harper,
Ward.
Stan, And Harper's left-handed. Oh my God, left-handed Yankee Stadium, dude.
And
Holy.
then after that, you got Gary Andahar,
Oh my God, and Gary's an X factor for in 2019 too. Think about it.
Glaber.
Oh my God, Glaber can be our eighth here, dude. And then the Danny Echeverria playing a nice shortstop and 9-hole. I like it. That's a really good team. And then they're pitching, dude. Pitching. All right, so what? Sevy 1, Paxton 2, Corbin 3, Tanaka 4, CC 5. And hell, I want them to resign. I'm not resign. Well, kind of. Nathan Eovaldi out of the bullpen. He could be a swingman.
Yeah, it's not happening though because he's gonna sign somewhere as a starter for a lot of money.
Maybe I don't want him getting a lot of money, to be honest. I mean,
Boston's gonna
I
resign.
like him. Got to get a lot of money, but in terms of like, I just don't get how somebody would be dumb
If
enough.
he doesn't resign with Boston, I'll be shocked.
Yeah, I think it's between Boston and Houston, but the Yankees have apparently shown interest too. But hell, I'm
I
not
see him going to Philly.
You see everybody going to Philly. You've said every player's going to Philly.
No, I have not.
Yes,
I said
you said so many
Machado.
players are going to Philly. You said Harper is going to Philly. You said Machado is going to Philly too.
Well, obviously not both of them are going to Philly.
Why not?
No, honestly, I think Harper's gonna go to New. If I'm gonna be pissed if the Yankees don't sign Harper.
And to be fair,
It just makes too much sense.
I'm going to. If the Yankees sign Manny Machado, I'm not going to be upset.
No, but I'd much rather prefer Harper.
Hell, if Machado
Harper makes a lot more sense.
It really does. And I wrote about that too. Like with the Didi injury, like you lack left-handed power even more. And even with Didi on the team, the Yankees were so right-handed heavy.
Yeah.
You need because what you said, Didi will be out till July. God,
Yeah.
I wrote the lineup I think yesterday or this morning.
Imagine when he comes back, what the lineup's gonna look like.
So fucking filthy, dude. And there you go. Then you switch Echeverria to the bench role, and then you have Didi.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Oh God. Can you imagine? Harper.
This is thinking about it.
I'm salivating.
Makes me happy.
I say this a lot in articles, but I'm genuinely salivating right now at the thought of it.
All right, so basically,
Bryce
Bryce Harper needs to be a Yankee.
We want Bryce Harper. Okay.
So Bryce Harper, if you're listening to this, you can come visit New York.
That's another thing. I think we both. Harper wants to be a Yankee. We agree on that.
I saw a picture of him yesterday with Chris Bryant.
Oh fuck! The Cubs aren't signing him. They can't afford him.
You don't.
No, the Cubs aren't getting him. Bottom line, they're so fucking like limited. Their payroll flexibility right now is brutal. It's a big clusterfuck down there. All right.
Unless he signs with a team like St. Louis, and then the Cubs, but the Cubs would never trade Chris Bryant to St. Louis. So
dude, get this. Mets fans want him too. They think a lot of Mets fans.
Oh yeah, Mets fans are on crack.
Yeah, enjoy your 36-year-old PED using second baseman.
Yeah, right. Robinson can.
You want?
I mean, all right. Wait, before we get into the questions here, I just need to make a statement. So Mets fans literally take every washed-up Yankee and make them their god.
Feel like Colon.
Bartolo Colon, Bobby Abreu, Curtis Granderson. I feel like there's so many more.
Curtis Granderson was not even good with the Mets. Maybe in 2015 he was good, but in terms of like they take these players and they think they're like,
because they were Yankees at one point, so they think that they're amazing.
Yeah, and then they trash talk to Yankee fans as if like they end up winning. Like, please cut me a fucking break.
Oh, I'm waiting for all of the Mets fans to say something when Robinson Cano gets a walk-off single on fucking May 16th against the Braves. Like,
no, honestly, they look for any chance to. But I'm not here to bash Met fans, but in terms of rationality, they're very high in that department.
Yeah.
All right, so you want to answer some questions?
Yeah, let's get into the questions here.
All right, so Sean.Nitch asks, who do you want the Yankees to sign for the bullpen? So for me, I'd like to re-sign D-Rob and probably go after Ottavino, I'd say. But I'd like them to re-sign Britton, but I think he'll sign for closers money somewhere. And obviously the Yankees aren't going to pay him that. So yeah, D-Rob, Ottavino. Sounds good to me.
I want to say give me Ottavino and Andrew Miller on a 1-year deal.
I'd like that. I would like that actually. A 1-year deal. First of all, there's no bad thing as a 1-year deal. And
there's no bad 1-year deals.
And I'd totally be for that. More than for that. I'd like that. Like I endorse the idea of that.
Thank you. Because I feel like D-Rob, we saw last season that he's not the same pitcher that he was.
I thought D-Rob was good last year. He had some moments where he lit up a few clunkers.
He was really shaky last year.
At times. Yeah, but I mean, I thought besides Dellin, I'd say, well, I guess all right, Chapman, Dellin, and then D-Rob, I'd say would be our third most consistent bullpen option.
Can we talk about a minute? Can we talk about for a minute how Dellin just turned his entire career around?
Oh my God, Dellin!
And no one really acknowledges him for that.
Dellin was unbelievable in 2018, dude. Oh my god.
Unbelievable.
Dude,
In
think about where he came
past the
from.
first
He
couple
came
weeks
from
of
not
April.
even being an option in the 2017 postseason to being the most
Yep.
crucial piece in the pen in 2018 in the
Oh
postseason.
yeah.
Oh my god. He was I
He
can't
does
even say
not get
enough
enough
about him.
credit.
He was like, something about Betances is like for the first time since I say maybe 2015, there was that. Remember in 2014, 2015, like his first like couple years where like when he came in, you just knew it was gonna be a shutdown
He was
inning. And it's
untouchable.
like where it's like if you had to go to the bathroom, you wouldn't go if Dellin Betances was.
Yeah.
It's
Yep.
like it's like the chance of almost like an immaculate inning every time. It was like I was
Yep.
excited to see Dellin Betances pitch again in 2018. Oh,
Yep.
I love it. I'm like, I'll be honest with you, this podcast is making me like realize like how good the Yankees can be in 2019. Oh my goodness.
So
Oh,
back to Dellin Betances. He does not get enough
that's
credit
insane.
for how he turned his entire career around.
Oh, he was a staple of the bullpen in 2018. Oh yeah, big time. And
I remember even in the
it's funny.
beginning of the season this year, he choked like what,
Yeah,
twice?
the first couple weeks of April, and I remember his first appearance in Toronto in the opening day. He let off.
Yeah.
It's funny.
I think it was his first pitch. It was to Kevin Pillar.
I think so. Yeah, and you can't not really fault him for that because it was just a first pitch fastball trying to get ahead.
Yeah.
But yeah, he just jumped on it. But in terms of just like how good he was in 2018, it's just like you know,
Unbelievable.
it's yeah.
All right, we can get back to the questions.
Let's see. All right, Colin Stacy, good kid. He asks, why isn't Gary Sanchez being shopped? Because he has a lot of potential and he has a ceiling of about 45 homers a year behind the plate. So, and well, I
I
mean,
feel like we went through this,
well, yeah, we
but
did, but just a quick
I
opinion.
feel like obviously, I mean, Cashman would listen to offers for him because
Well,
I'm sure he
Cashman last time
listens to
was in
offers on
offers, man.
everybody.
Exactly. Yeah, they'll do.
Yeah,
It.
but I think that Gary Sanchez is way too vital to ever be
I think
traded.
to put it simple, Gary Sanchez is just too good to be shopped.
I mean, if he has a couple more bad seasons, then he'll be shopped. But
Here's a kind of a decent question. Taylor H underscore 605 asks, as of right now, who's our opening day starter? I guess Sevy, you'd think.
oh, that's an easy question.
I don't know. I don't know honestly.
Luis Severino, hands down.
Hands down. I give it 95% chance.
If Severino pitched the wild card game, he's pitching opening day.
That's a good point. That's a good point. I like that. Yeah. So many of these are Harper and Machado. Here's a good question. Sports Dude 4 asks, do you think Luis Severino will bounce back from his second half slump from last year?
Yes.
All right. So apparently a lot of the reason that he was slumping so bad, I mean, this has been a thing for years with Severino.
Because he was tipping pitches, right?
So yeah, bottom line, if the Yankees can fix that problem, maybe get a little help from Pedro Martinez, I think then yeah. Because he was like, you could arguably say he was the best pitcher in baseball in the first half. He was,
but there was a lot of talk that Pedro Martinez was actually hurting him.
I don't buy into that. I don't want to think about it. I don't know. But Pedro Martinez,
I don't want to think it's true, but I feel like
that's
it's a
how I
possibility.
feel. I don't really want to buy into that yet until like if I got a little more evidence thinking about that, then yeah. I think it's just like that's bullshit, to be honest. Harper Machado, we already said we want Harper. All right, let me switch over to NY Homers. All right. So Billy Hamilton, he was actually non-tendered by the Reds this past week. Would you want him to be an option for the Yankees? Jasper
I'm sorry, but that's a hell no for me.
Really? Well, not as a starter.
He provides nothing besides defense and speed.
All right, that's a big hell. Then you can say the same for Echeverria.
All right, maybe you acquire him for September when the rosters expand.
Nah, he'll get a place, and I think he'll be starting somewhere. I think, but I mean, if say come February he's not signed, maybe sign him as like a nice Chris Carter, like a bench option. You know what I mean? Like
he doesn't even get on base.
Well, in terms of a pinch runner, dude, like a pinch runner, late defensive replacement.
I know, but you don't need a pinch runner in games in the middle of May.
Yeah, you do.
No, you don't.
And
if you do, you throw in Tyler Wade.
Well, I like Wade. I love me some Tyler Wade, but you're thinking he's looking to a wild card, not a division. Just saying.
No, because I want Billy Hamilton, but he's not needed at the moment.
Go make a Billy Hamilton like hate page or something if that's what you want to do.
I don't hate Billy Hamilton. I just think that he would not be a fit on this team right now.
You're being really cruel to Billy Hamilton.
You tell me that he would start on this team.
No, I didn't say he'd start. I said he could be a bench option if he's still around come February. Like on a free
Sure. Okay, I like that. Like a Chris Carter deal.
I literally just said that, dude. Chris Carter deal.
Oh, all right.
Okay. All right.
Agree.
Good. Tom _Hill _ asks, I think we may have addressed this, but does Gary Sanchez have a bounce back year in 2019?
Yes.
That's a question.
Because all right,
I think that's a genuine yes. I think at least.
let's think about it.
I
Let's
think
think about it for a minute.
well. Go ahead.
Even if Gary Sanchez has a below average season next year, it's still an improvement because
And
last season he was just god awful.
also think about it. Gary Sanchez, if he actually played a full season, he's still his power numbers are actually good last year. He's still hitting 30 home
Yeah.
runs. I think 85 RBIs he's on pace for. This is batting
Yeah.
average brutal. And like we said, he was brutal last year. We're not going to sugarcoat that. But in terms of
No.
he's way too good of a hitter to just all of a sudden forget how to hit. You know what I mean? So I'm going to say I'd say at least a good 250 batting average, probably better, I think. 30, 35 homers, 90 to 100 RBIs. I think you'll be able to expect that year in and year out with Gary.
Yep. I agree.
All right. What free agents would benefit us most? Pick three and explain why. Z Skirm asks. That's a good question.
I kind of like this question.
All right. So for me, well, Patrick Corbin, I'd say that's a no-brainer. He had a great year in 2018, and he's obviously a Yankee fan. The Yankees definitely need starting pitching, and I think they need pitchers that can strike out hitters, and that's definitely what Corbin can do. So that's number one. Number two, well, this actually isn't in the order because if it wasn't in order, I'd say Harper won. So Bryce Harper,
Yep.
definitely. We already explained why we want him so bad, left-handed bat in the middle of the Yankees lineup. And number three, not Echeverria, even though I want him back. I'd say just bullpen help, re-sign D-Rob or Ottavino or something.
I feel like I would go the same direction as you, Corbin, Harper, and then it's a toss-up between Ottavino, Miller, Hechavarria.
I'll put my number three. Oh, sorry, you go ahead.
I feel like they're gonna surprise us with their option for middle infield depth. I feel like it's gonna be somebody that we're not thinking of. Like Brandon Drury kind of came out of nowhere. Maybe
I was gonna say
back.
It could be no, I don't think so because they gave up so much for that's how they got Hap. I don't think they go after him. But what was I gonna say? I think Manny Machado actually could put his number three if they don't get Harper because all in all, we want Harper, yeah, but Manny Machado would still be a huge addition. Agreed.
Agreed, but his defense at shortstop is not the same as his defense at third base.
Oh, I'd prefer him to play third, but obviously he's not going to be doing that. And I think it's safe to say Andujar will be a Yankee in 2019. So, yeah, I guess he'll be playing short.
Yeah, he's safe.
Apparently, actually, with the Dodgers, he was a much better shortstop than he was with the Orioles as he kind of progressed a little bit. And Joel O'Grippo asks, who is playing left field and shortstop for the Yankees in 2019? Well, as of right now, I'd say Brett Gardner will be playing left and playing short. I'd say if I had to guess, Manny Machado or maybe Glades will play short, and then you can re-sign Neil Walker, have Echeverria come in and play short, something like that.
You know what I think is gonna happen? I just had an epiphany.
You're thinking of something crazy is gonna happen. You think of a Bryce trade? I can hear it in your voice.
I just thought of something that's very. I think it's gonna happen actually. I think Bryce Harper is gonna be their left fielder. And Gleyber Torres is going to be their shortstop with Joe Panic at second base.
I could see that.
Yeah.
That could be a Sonny Gray trade, actually.
That's going to happen.
It could be Sonny Gray for Joe
Wow, Dan, this is going to happen. Joe Panic's going to be their second baseman next year.
And we know the Yankees have actually been eyeing Panic for years. He's on the radar.
Because he's a native New Yorker, too.
Is he? And Panic has a high ceiling, too. So, much better than he was.
Give me Joe Panic. Give me Joe Panic.
All right. Somebody just Markham 1029 asks, do they bring back David Robertson, and what about Zach Britton? I think David Robertson, I think that's pretty likely that they'll bring him back. I mean, there's that whole story about like the playoff shares or something. You read that?
Oh yeah, I saw that.
So that I don't even know what any of that means. I don't even want to get into that, but I don't know if that could halt them from re-signing him. But I think D-Rob is definitely more likely than Zach Britton. And I love Zach Britton. I actually think,
well, because Britton's going to get a big payday.
That's the thing. Zach Britton's going to get 4 years, probably 10 to 15 million a year, and D-Rob probably get 2 to 3, maybe 3 years, not 3 years. I don't think, probably 2.
No, he'll get 2 max.
No, I'd say 2. I say around 2, 3 max. That's about it. That's the questions.
All right. Well, I feel like we had a very productive episode today. We talked about Bryce Harper, talked about Gary Sanchez, answered some questions.
Yeah, very productive, I'd say. And we'll see you in 2 months. Just kidding.
No, we've been a lot more consistent lately, so we're probably gonna get another episode done sometime this week.
Yeah, and the winter meetings are coming up too, so it's gonna be a busy month.
So you could follow both of us on Twitter, myself at True Hennessy and Dan at Dan Allen Rourke. You could follow the Unhinged Yankees Twitter account at Unhinged Yankees.
And also follow
Follow.
Yankees Avenue and NYY Home Runs on Instagram.
I was just gonna mention that.
Yeah, sure you
So
were.
we will see you guys on episode 8.
Sounds good.